Hi, Trinity here from Esoteria. Find the right lighting. You like my earrings and my necklace? My friend Kirsten makes them and she sells them at Drops of Whimsy Love on Etsy. Hi. You saying hello? Just gonna be in my video, huh? Come here. Well, come here. Oh, you're okay. Look at this handsome baby. So, you may have been struggling to find some peace and serenity on your healing journey. His name is Astro, and every time he comes into my stratosphere when I'm doing a reading, it reminds me of the star card. Look it. Do it to your baby. He is such a big boy. Yes, he is. So healing has been on the forefront of your mind, is what that just told me. And justifiably so. Hey, we get it. You can come down here. You can sit with me here. I'm totally posting this because he's a goob. Be nice to my dog, though. Hey. So, one thing about Astro is that my little dog could care less. He's very noisy. He hisses at the dogs. But my older dog is the little one, and she is completely deaf and just does not care. And he's figured that out, so he doesn't get the payoff of bugging her. The pit bull, however, is terrified of him. So he takes advantage of her every chance he can get. Like if I try and open the door to let her in, he just will sit right there like, try and come into the house. Always antics. All right, so before I got on here, I asked what kind of a reading this was going to be and was told that this is going to be career. And the fact that we have Astro here making an appearance and telling us that it's about healing. I believe that this is going to be about healing that financial blockage that you've been dealing with. So let's go ahead and pull from the Wealthy Woman Oracle from Taylor Eaton. If you like this oracle deck. She has a YouTube channel and she always posts the link to her oracle deck. You can go on there, get her oracle deck. She's got a couple of other ones that like are money mindset oracles and they're really cool. And I'd like to get, there's a circle deck that's got some really cool artwork on it and I love it so much, but I haven't gotten it yet for some reason. All right, I see one peeking out. All right. The Stargazer. And who was on our table? Astro. All right. Let's go ahead and look up the Stargazer in the book. I don't know why that song has been coming in my head a lot lately. Maybe that's just for confirmation. Maybe you've been hearing 99 Red Balloons from the 80s or 90s. I can't remember when it was, but that might be a song that you look at the lyrics in. All right. Connect the dots. Look for patterns and divine guidance. The skies hold so many mysteries for the Stargazer, but in those mysteries, she often finds answers to problems that she didn't know she was trying to solve. She is adept at finding order among the chaos and the infinite universe. Her eyes are trained to look for patterns, making it easy for her to spot constellations amidst the smattering of stars overhead. And while she knows there are a multitude of directions she could look in, and an incomprehensible number of celestial bodies in the sky, she trusts that wherever she looks, she'll find the patterns that she's looking for. The stargazer is a reminder that the universe is filled with infinite abundance. That might be something that you're called to do, is to get outside. I'm hearing this weekend and go stargazing, not with the intention of getting anything out of it other than peace and serenity. Just enjoy yourself. Sometimes the answers come when we clear our minds. And from what I am gathering from the energies here, it would appear that maybe there's like some disruption in your work. Oh, I'm being told to keep that out. Okie dokie. Oh, and I'm also being told that since we use that, we're going to be using the Starry Night Tarot. But the energies coming into this reading are almost like the universe is shedding away a lot of stuff, people, places, and things, including careers. And that is something where, as people in recovery, we work to be self-supporting through our own contributions. So when one job goes away, it can be kind of chaotic. And so that's where those 9-step promises, where it says fear of people and of economic insecurity will leave us. That is not fear of economic insecurity as far as, thinking that you're going to be making money. It just means that you're not going to be scared to be broke anymore, okay? Because you know that this too shall pass. So don't worry about that. Just follow the signs, follow the guidance that you're being given, and you will eventually find your way to where Spirit wants you to be. The Sun. That's the dadgummit honest truth. All right. Spirit, what can we do moving forward to help adjust us and align us to making our purpose, our way of life, our income, so that we can be self-supporting through our own contributions? Because that is at its root the goal of one of the goals of all of this, one of the principles we live by. All right, so we've got the 5 of Cups. Okay. So it may be a harsh truth that we're looking at. Let's go ahead and see what these other cards have to show us. King of Swords. 2 of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Swords in reverse. Justice, and the 7 of Wands. Okay, actually, I'm being told to move these down. All right. Okay. So the truth of the matter is that you've been experiencing some depression, and that's totally okay. I actually was discussion leader at a meeting earlier today, and somebody pointed out that spiritual bypassing is when you seek peace and serenity and, happy, joyous, and free, at all times. And that is still a way of numbing out on life. We have to feel our feelings. And sometimes and especially when we get everything that we've been praying for, sometimes we can get a depressive episode where it's like we just don't know what to do. That's perfectly okay and totally normal. So I don't want you to think that you're the only person who's experienced that, because by far and away that's how most people are. It's almost like we've gotten so addicted to the not having and waiting and the apprehension that once we get it, it's like, well, what do I do now? When we thought we would be like, hooray, all celebration. And we should be celebrating, but it's totally normal to have those periods of depression. That is perfectly okay. The King of Swords and the Two of Wands, those coming in together are kind of telling me that some decisions need to be made as far as a planning period goes for moving forward, because you're being called to step up and lead. Um, Especially if you have been in a situation where you have maybe had a 9 to 5 and all of a sudden that just dissolved right, you know, in between your fingers. Um, the hmm, I need to get a clarifier on that Knight of Swords in reverse, but right now, the planning phase and then taking solid, consistent action, being persistent in the pursuit of attaining your next goal is going to be key. And really taking the time. Okay, so I'm getting the answer for the Knight of Swords in reverse. Knowing when you need to take action and when you don't, but not being so spontaneous where it's like don't get into that lack mentality and that desperation of, I need to do something and then just take anything willy-nilly. This is okay. You will be provided for as you're moving forward, and opportunities to make a little side income to get you by will pop up. You're going to be okay. It just takes persistence and not brash action. Steady pace is what I'm hearing. And then I have this Justice. Let me show you Justice with the Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay. Justice will come when you let go. All right. That I'm hearing let go and let God. Like the Seven of Wands, typically if it's in the upright, it's talking about having a conflict, but being like having the upper hand. In the reverse, I'm just getting intuitively that you don't have any control over the situation other than just doing the next right thing in front of you, and it may have nothing to do with work. If you have suddenly find yourself in a period of a couple of weeks where you're between jobs, take that opportunity, because it's also, time is money, and you might be able to go through that closet and find a few things that you could sell to make some extra income and at least get your house in order. I feel like I'm calling myself out here big time. But it's don't yes, you need to rest, because how we are in the United States, where we're working Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, 40 hours a week. And then we've got the commute, especially if you're in a bigger city. That can be so incredibly draining, especially if you have a job that is taxing on you. That might be a note to do your taxes if you haven't. Will you have to pay a penalty? Yes, you might at this point, because it's after the 15th of April. But get it done as soon as humanly possible. Anyway, but if it's energetically taxing on you, if it's really draining on you to do that 9 to 5, and then you just don't have the energy to, clean house right now between jobs, do that. Take this opportunity, and instead of doing your, work for pay 8 to 4 or 9 to 5 or whatever, take that energy and focus on getting those things done that you now have an opportunity to, because you have the time to do it in. Because it can be really easy to doom scroll. And I speak from heavy amounts of experience on that one, let me tell you. And then maybe as far as restfulness goes, being in a situation where you're in the present moment and taking care of yourself instead of doom scrolling, going out and taking a walk. Doing stuff with family. We're really being called to connectedness right now. And that is so vital to our mental health. I cannot tell you how depression can set in when all you're doing is scrolling and not actually accomplishing any of the things that you want to accomplish during the day. So, get out there, stay in the present moment, quit consuming other people's content, make your own. those sorts of things. Do arts and crafts. You can have a movie on in the background, but for some reason the phone is really what is being highlighted right now. Just because you have to have it, and scroll. Whereas like if you have the TV on, it may play in the background, but you can do other things. Okay. Digital detox is coming up yet again, like it did yesterday. So that might be something that you really need to do. I am going to take note since it's coming up more than once and plan a period of time to do that. I'm not sure when it is going to be, but I'm going to make an attempt to get that done. Probably tomorrow, just, to get my head on my shoulders straight. Let's see. I am being told that we have birds may be of significance to you. There isn't a bird necessarily in that picture, but when I back up and away from it, it almost looks like a white peacock, and it's actually her arm. So if you're seeing peacocks, specifically white ones, that might be confirmation that this reading is really, something you should be paying very close attention to. Chains are coming to mind as well. And I'm not sure why the weakest link is being highlighted. That may mean something to you that it isn't to me. And I'm not sure if they're talking about the game show that used to be on, or if it's, finding the weakest link in a chain, and then doing away with it for yourself. Oh, I've got two here. All right. I'm being told this is the first one. Oh my goodness. Okay, this came out earlier in a private reading. Multidimensionality. There it is so that you can see it. Okay. The frequency of multidimensionality activates our awareness of our true essence, which is eternal and multidimensional. Okay. So that's one. And then attraction. Okay. The energy of attraction amplifies amplifies the qualities that attract and support us on our journey toward inner balance and harmony. I'm seeing a beehive in this, so you may be seeing bees in your environment. When you see bees, specifically right now, it may not mean this for forever for you, but if you're seeing bees or a honeycomb pattern, know that you are in attraction mode and you need to be careful as to what you're attracting. So watch your words moving forward, especially this next coming week, because you will get what you manifest, and you want to make sure that you're careful what you're manifesting. Try not to make it specific people. Try not to make it specific jobs, because you may get that job, but the universe had something even better lined up for you. So don't depend on your expectations. Expectations breed unhappiness in the first place. So getting expectations thrown out the window is going to be really helpful to you. I'm also being told that we are going to pull one Citadel card. Okay. What do we need to know about moving forward with our career? The Scholar. Integration and research. Okay. First and foremost, I'm hearing you, like, if you are applying with a company, you may want to do your research on like Glassdoor or something like that and see what reviews former workers have had with that. Because you don't want to do something where it looks good on paper and then align yourself with a really crappy work environment. The other thing though is you may be called to go back to school. You may be called to get in touch with, a former college and get the application started, or look up scholarships and grants. Moving forward, you may be called to get a job at a school, like do substitute teaching so that you can do a side business, a side gig. and have flexibility and time with that. But there is something that needs to be researched. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the guidebook. Okay. The Scholar is a card of routine and perseverance, which, oh my gosh, and it's sitting right on top of the Nine of Pentacles. You cannot make this shit up. Okay. All right. The Scholar is a card of routine and perseverance. Right now, you may find yourself at a dead end with no immediate apparent solution. Take a step back and try approaching the problem from a different angle or asking someone for their opinion. A fresh pair of eyes can work wonders. Ask a friend for help. See what they say. That's all I have for you, my love. If you're interested in a personal reading, I will go ahead and post my email. I'll try and remember to do it in the description box, but if I don't, I'll get it in the comments. We also have a retreat coming up in June. I would love to see you there. It's going to be about spiritually aligning yourself with your purpose here on this planet. And ultimately, that's, who would have thought my purpose on this planet was to be a spiritual guide doing something I absolutely love. And that's really what's happening for me. So I want that for you too, because there is so much fulfillment and satisfaction and, serenity that comes with fulfilling your purpose. And then we are also going to do a follow-up Zoom. So it's not just that weekend that you're going to come to St. Simon's and spend the weekend with us, but we actually, for the new moon in June, we're going to be doing a Zoom exercise together to call in our dream job where we're actually completing our purpose on this planet while making an income doing it. So literally getting paid to be you. I'm excited about it, you guys. It's going to be so much fun. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's coming up. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. I am going to be hosting a conscious contact class. That's something that I find vital. And so if you are interested, the same email for personal readings, you can go ahead and email that and I can get you registered for the class. It's going to be $55 unless you're in recovery. And then I do have a scholarship where you can attend the class on scholarship. So, because I know a lot of us in early recovery really struggle with finances. And then in that case, if you want to make a donation to the cause or whatever, that's great. Anyway, that's all I've got for you. If no one's told you today, know that I love you. Take care.